A very pleasant good day to all of you who are here today and watching this video. A great shout out to my new subscribers. Welcome and thank you. And just to let you know that I appreciate that very much. And to my initial subscribers as well. Thank you so much for your patience and also your support for my very new channel. And like I said, I am just beginning to understand a lot of this algorithms and how it's going. So I hope that you would watch the video all the way to the end to give you really very useful tips if you are a beginner, and if you've been on this journey for a long time and already have an established business credit. I still appreciate you and thank you that you're here, and hope that you can share your knowledge and your experience as well. We certainly welcome that. And as always, I always wanted to give you an update of how many subscribers we have. And as of this video, it is very inspiring and exciting for me that I have 41 subscribers. So yay! So, just very happy about that. So thank you again so much. This video is all about my sharing with you what I've learned and what I've experienced with using the NAICS and the SIC code, the NAICS and the SIC codes, and how it is relevant for your business in building a business credit profile in all the credit bureaus. And here we go. So I had no idea what both of these codes meant when I started my credit journey, my business credit journey. And when I enrolled with NAV for a subscription that allowed me to have a business profile on Experian Business, I technically had no idea. And of course, I had to consult YouTube University. Okay, so NAICS stands for the North American Industry Classification System. The North American Industry Classification System, or the NAICS, is the standard used by federal statistical agencies in classifying business establishments for the purpose of collecting, analyzing, and publishing statistical data related to the U.S. business economy. And SIC codes, on the other hand, are 4-digit numerical codes that categorize the industries that companies belong to based on their business activities. The standard industrial classification codes were mostly replaced by the 6-digit North American Industry Classification System. So from what I understand, the NAICS is just a kind of an upgrade or a more consolidated classification system, but the SIC has always been there for years. But the NAICS is more targeted. So I will be showing you how I chose my codes for both of this, as they are required in some applications and some registrations with lenders and subscriptions and such. And that was how I learned about these codes. You can start your search for the classification of your business by going to naics.com. And on the website, you would notice that the search boxes for the NAICS codes, a search code, and the SIC are pretty closely related. So you don't have to go anywhere else. You can just put in maybe like input what your business is, and it's going to show you a lot of those choices. On the box here on the left side, this is where it's going to take you, so you can pick and choose which of these industries are very closely related to what you do. On the next box here, I will make my industry as an example. I picked 6213, which is offices of other health practitioners, because that's what we belong to. We are physical therapists, occupational therapists, so we are in the rehab industry. So that's why I picked that one. So I clicked on it, and that on the other side was my NAICS classification. So on the SIC side, I chose 8049, which is offices and clinics of health practitioners not elsewhere classified, because they did not really pin down into like a physical therapy clinic, because we are a multidisciplinary practice. So that's why this is most appropriate for us, because sometimes we do get respiratory therapists, technicians, and all that. So that was what I chose. But if your industry is something else, it will be easy for you to do the search by putting in which industry you belong to. And once you click on it, it opens another section where you can really pinpoint the specific occupation or industry that you belong to. And there are a lot of choices, and just be patient with looking it up and picking the one that is most appropriate for you, because this will make a big difference on how lenders will look at your business profile. It is very important to really focus on picking the one that is that best describes your business. And that's what happened with me when I registered with the Experian Business Credit by signing up for a subscription with NAV. You can pretty much also see here that you can search for your own specific industry, whether you're in agriculture, mining, construction, manufacturing, transportation and public utilities, and so on. So you can pretty much click on that, and it's going to open another area where it will tell you specific industries that your business may possibly belong to. Now, once you have picked your NAICS code and your SIC code, I suggest that you keep it in a place, even somewhere on your phone, whether on your notes or somewhere that will be easily accessible to you, because when you do start filling up applications and registering for different, not just the lending institutions, but vendors that you may be signing up for, they would actually report those codes to the business credit bureaus as well. And I have proven that whatever you put as your codes will be carried through with the business credit bureaus. So just pay attention to that. It's going to make a big difference later. And in fact, a lot of the experienced resource individuals here who on YouTube who discuss a lot, who talk about business credit, will tell you that those two codes are very important. And because I always share my experience with my personal credit journey, of course, I'm going to share with you my experience with Experian Business Credit. So I did not really register for Experian Business Credit directly, but what happened was I enrolled in a subscription with NAV, N-A-V, who is a provider of matching services, I would say, who will get your data, they will get your personal and business information, and then they use that data to match you with specific lending and financial institutions to see if you are a match for their criteria and their programs. So when I signed up with NAV, I was very careful to make sure that all the information that I enter and that I place there matches everything from my business address to my business phone number, my business email, and my website, and everything, so they would be in place, so it will be consistent all over. The good thing about NAV, and I've also made a video about this, is that yes, you are paying, if you pay the $39 a month subscription, that is the business boost, you get the benefit of your subscription to be reported on Experian as a trade line. Okay, so it becomes a trade line. You're not only subscribing for the service, that you have access to all these lending institutions that match with you, so both on the personal and the business side, but you already have a trade line that reports consistently to Experian, because you pay every month on a monthly basis on auto pay, so you would never be late. And just to explain the Experian Business IntelliScore, it's like the credit score for your business on Experian. They give each business a rating from 1 to 100. So 1 is very high risk, 26 to 50 is like a medium risk, and as you can see here, 51 to 75 is a low to medium risk, and a rating of 76 to 100 is considered a low risk. When I first signed up with NAV, the day after, I already had a credit score, a business credit score of 50, which is considered a medium risk. And that was immediately after I signed up for the Business Boost subscription. So that means they already reported my data to Experian Business Credit. That was in September when I signed up for NAV. And just 2 days ago, I was so curious to see how my business credit was. So I pulled the trigger and paid Experian Business Credit $189 for a year subscription. So I would be able to access my account, my business, and see how my progress would be. And as of yesterday, this was my company's business rating. In a matter of less than 3 months, my very new business, which I started in June for this specific business, already has a credit rating of 78, which is considered a low risk. And mind you, I only had 2 trade lines here. One is from NAV, and the other one is from a Brex MasterCard, which I also have. I will also be sharing my experience on that later on. If you would check the top part of my Experian Business report, you can see that the file was established on September 2021. It says that I am less than 1 year in business. They don't know my number of employees yet. I did report that with NAV, but I don't know why it's not on Experian. But I did go ahead and updated that file. So on top, you will see that my NAICS code for this specific company is 621999, which is, all other miscellaneous ambulatory healthcare services. Another thing I noticed is that for some vendors, when they ask for your NAICS code or the SIC code, their selections on their website or their application forms will not always match what you search for on the NAICS website. So just keep that in mind, that when you do fill up those applications, look for the one that is closest to what you picked on the directly on from the website of NAICS. Okay. And I experienced that with some vendors wherein the code that I picked for both NAICS and SIC were not the same on the vendor's website or their application. So I just went on ahead and picked the one that is very close to what I picked. So it's not perfect all the time, but if you can make sure that it's very close to what you do, then you would have a better chance of being qualified by lenders according to what you really do. Because as we know, there are certain industries that lenders and financial institutions actually consider as a high risk, and one of that is CBD and credit repair. Those are the two that most lenders are a little bit sensitive to. So here it is. I just wanted to share with you my classification and my official SIC code and the NAICS code that is available on Experian. And these are actually the codes that I furnished and provided NAV and AV. So I was very happy with that. So that means that the information that you provide to NAV will get carried through with Experian. And I think it's very important to have all that information, because I do know of some people that said that, they have like erroneous information on their business Experian credit bureau, and it has been very difficult to dispute it. So I'm not at that level yet where I'm very familiar with disputing on the business side, but it is safer just to avoid that by doing it properly and more diligently the first time you do it. So I was able to prove that the information I provided to NAV was carried through over to Experian, and so I did not have to register my business directly on Experian. So pretty much NAV did the hard work for that. So let me know if you have questions about those codes, or is there anything I can help you with? If you wanted to classify your new business, just drop a comment below. And if you've had experience with this codes and what it meant for your business, especially the ones that are seasoned, I would say, entrepreneurs here, we would very much appreciate hearing about your experience, and please don't hesitate to also educate us about this, okay? Because I am sure that, I'm trying to promote a community wherein, I learn from a lot of the people who's been there, and I can share my personal experience as well, okay? My personal experience may not be the same as some of you here, but certainly I would love your feedback and your input. And as usual, I hope you subscribe, like, comment, and support my channel. And I hope you watch this video to the very end. I would very much appreciate that. And before I go, to my subscribers, new and the initial ones, thank you so much. I have 41 subscribers as of today. So you continue to inspire me to produce content and share my experience here as well. But I owe it a lot to you, because I never thought I would have any subscribers, because, I don't know, how YouTube works and all that. But, I started this just because I just really wanted to share, my journey. So anyway, have a wonderful and blessed day to you all.